Hi, I'm Walter Drawn. We live in a city of St. Petersburg, that's fragmented. It's populated by wonderful people. It's also populated by people who have problems and challenges and issues. We are fragmented, and yet we have challenges and issues. The word of the Lord, I believe, is that we rise up by trusting in the Lord, demonstrably, by doing something in act of our faith. And so, Rise Up St. Pete comes to the fore. A couple of years ago, we had several outbreaks of violence, and we've had those since 1996 in our city. Most of them occurring in a particular block of our city on the south side in the southern part of the county. And people begin to accuse and blame and separate and throw stones and massage and manipulate and cast blame and throw the issues out, all in favor of argument and separation and division. Jesus said that a city which is divided against itself cannot stand. We must, St. Pete, rise up. The objective of Rise Up St. Pete is to mobilize churches and other organizations or persons for engagement of large challenges which are having an adverse impact on the well-being of St. Petersburg and its surrounding areas. This objective of engaging these challenges will be accomplished through interracial, cross-cultural relationships comprised of people coming together to engage those arenas of challenge in ways that impact our community for the good. You see, there are 4 laws that are operative in any divided city. The first one is fear. Fear is the root of all people's separation. It comes to bear and takes form in accusation, a focus on rights and disrespect of authority and disrespect of each other and violence and so on. Fear is the root of people separation. Separation is the root of social tension, and it's commonly manifested in blame and the other things that I've talked about. So the only therapy, the only way to cope with, deal with, cure, heal social tension is the creation and maintenance of healthy relationships. Mark it down. There is one thing and one thing only that pulls people together who are separated from one another and because they are afraid of one another. There's only one thing that'll do it, and that's relationship. Healthy, maintained relationships. And the best mechanism for the creation and maintenance of healthy relationships is a common mission. In marriage, I've been married for 30 plus years, and boy, I love Jane and she loves me, and we have a wonderful family and great kids and a good life. However, there are days that if our decision to remain married was based simply on our joy in one another, our pleasure with one another, if that was the sole basis of our decision, we wouldn't be married. That's just true, and that's true of every married couple who ever lived. You see, you need something to bring glue to that relationship that holds it together in times of difficulty and in times of challenge. What is that something? It's a common mission. Jane and I have a common mission. At the outset, our common mission is to serve God. That holds us together, even when we're not pleased with each other, even when we're separated from one another or at least tempted to be. We have a common mission to serve God. We have a common mission to build a home, to parent our children, and to live out our name, to create a family name that is of good repute. We have a common mission to build a family and be used of God to shape a family that contributes to society. All those things come together and provide a glue that holds us together in relationship. Mark it down. Fear is the root of separation of peoples. Separation of peoples is the root of social tension. And there is one cure for the separation of people in social tension. that is relationship. That's it in a nutshell. We're here, the dream of Rise Up St. Pete is very, very simple, and at the same time, very difficult. It's a lot easier, mark it down, it's a lot easier to see a problem, throw some money at it, or throw some food at it, or throw some blame at it. That is very easy. It is difficult to immerse oneself in that problem as a citizen of St. Petersburg, Florida, in ways that you and I become relationally involved with others in that same arena. Relationships are difficult. I get that. But we have a word from Almighty God, that this God never sleeps. This God's understanding is unequaled, unparalleled. And this God has asserted to you and me that as we trust in Him demonstrably, as we live out our faith in this God by doing what this God has called us to do, which is, by the way, to love our neighbors. When we do that, we have an assertion from this God that we will rise up with wings like eagles. No longer will we be a city divided against itself. We'll be whole, healthy, one,